Well, what is good, everybody? This is the Maine Hockey Report, brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network. I'm your host, Benjamin Kennedy. Thank you so much for checking this out here on this Monday night. Of course, it is April break for a lot of the kiddos and families out there. I know my little guy is down in Florida with Mama and his sister right now, and his grandparents having just a heck of a time. And I got to talk to the little guy tonight, and he's just loving the sunshine, loving the weather, and loving being with family. So I miss him, but he's doing great and having a heck of a time for himself, and hope you are as well. For you Boston Bruins fans, I know it's been a day of licking our wounds and kind of wiping away the tears from last night's just debacle of the last kind of 8 to 10 minutes. But we do have game 2 tomorrow night, 7:30 back there out in Buffalo as the Bees try to tie that series up. We do have playoff hockey tonight, though. It is the Flyers getting ready to take a 2-0 lead in their series, up 3-0 tonight with a minute 47 to go. Sens and Hurricanes in a good one, 11 minutes to go, tied 2-2. Of course, Hurricanes have a 1-0 lead in that series. The Wild and the Stars just kicking off down there in Dallas. Dallas trying to respond after just a pitiful game 1. And then the Ducks and the Oilers will be kicking off here around 10 o'clock. I say kicking off, dropping the puck, let's say. It's not football season, is it, guys? But that will be game 1 of that series. So, Bruins fans, what in the world was that last 8 minutes? What was that? Just, as a pessimistic fan, as I typically tend to be, after Thompson scored that first one, I kind of rolled my eyes and said, here we go. Here we go. I've seen this movie before. It's just like playing Tampa. Every time we play Tampa this year, I feel like this happens. And this has been a little bit of an Achilles heel for this Bruins team this year. We got to be honest about it. We just have to be honest that this is a bit of an Achilles heel. They tend to get these leads and then sit back, play defense, try to grind things out. Now, we know that they are not going to be a run and gun offense, like Buffalo can be, like a Carolina can be, like a Tampa can be. They're not built that way. They're built, more on that forechecking and physicality and goaltending, things like that. But when you get outshot, 38-20 against a team like Buffalo, you're going to lose, baby. You're going to lose that game. You've got to generate more than 20 shots in a game, especially a playoff game like this. I don't care. You're up 2-0. You got to generate a little bit more because you have to expect they're going to push. I go back to that second period in particular where, listen, Boston comes out of it still up 1-0 because Jeremy Swayman did all the acrobatics and kept the team right in it. I mean, that was a really impressive period by Buffalo. Buffalo won that period, in my opinion, and they were able to get to their game finally with 8 minutes to go and really started putting some things, on the Bruins. Now, listen, I know the Bees were a little bit unlucky to have that stick break. I think it was on the third goal there where Zacha, handed his stick off. It's just an unfortunate situation, but, a couple of miscommunications down low. I think, McAvoy and Swayman miscommunicated on that first one. And Peak really ran into the boards there and lost the puck and could have made a different play on that one and led to the second goal. But, this is a tough spot now for Boston. You're 8 minutes away from taking a 1-0 lead, feeling really good about yourself, feeling good about your game. And now you have to fight through it. Listen to Marco's comments today, of course, Coach Stern's comments. And, I think he's, trying to, and keep the guys encouraged. I think he was pretty positive overall about how the team played. Obviously, you're not happy with losing, but I do think he was trying to kind of keep more of a positive attitude, which, I appreciate that about Sturmy. He does keep things kind of even keeled and level and pretty level headed. So good on him. It's going to be, should be a long series. So I understand not losing it over, those last 8 minutes of last night's game. But you need a response game. Tomorrow night, you need a response game. I'm not saying you're going to go out and beat these guys 5 or 6-0, but you got to go put it on them. You got to go play like you're going to go put up 5 or 6. Got to get shots on goal. I'm not asking you to get into a run and gun matchup with Buffalo because that's not going to work. We know that. But you are a good enough offense to generate more than 20 bleeping shots a game. You got to go put some things on him. Now, No sport flips faster than hockey. One power play, a goalie pulled with 2 minutes left, and everything changes. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for that kind of chaos with live betting from puck drop to the final buzzer. And DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If you place a pre-game player prop bet and your player starts the game but leaves in the first period due to injury and doesn't return, you'll get your bet back in cash. No bonus bets, no opt in, just real protection when injuries happen early. New sportsbook customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN so you're ready for the moment. That's code THPN. Turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
I'll say this, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen did not look great last night. Didn't look great. Only gave up the 2, but that was about 18 saves on 20 shots and looked pretty uncomfortable out there, truth be told. I think if you can get to 25 to 30 shots, you're gonna get 3 or 4 by this guy. You just are. And of course, you think about the miss that Geeky had, or I say the miss, didn't even really get the shot off, end of that first period. You wonder the trajectory of the game had he put that one in. You really do. We'll see what the response is, though. I do think you got to focus on generating more shots. I did like overall the defensive structure outside of those couple of miscues, late in the game. So, more of that, be hard in the neutral zone, try to take a couple less penalties. Now, the PK did great, but you kind of put yourself in some tough situations where as the series goes on, if you continue to get into penalty trouble, this could be a challenge. Something me and Kills talked about when we did our preview is, high danger chances allowed. And Boston gave up a few last night. And Swayman, once again, stood on his head. You cannot continue to do that, though. You just can't. You will lose the series. You're going to lose it in 5 or 6, perhaps, if you continue to play that way. We can sit here and bemoan the fact that the Boston Bruins had it up until 8 minutes to go, but you go back really to the end of that first period, Buffalo turned it on after that. They dominated the second period, and Boston got the lead or extended the lead in late or early in the third period. But Buffalo was, I think, got to more of their game than Boston did last night. And it took them a little longer to get some goals, but they finally did. So how do you respond if you're the Boston Bruins? We will see. We will see what happens, but I think it's critical to get a split here. Now, yes, Boston's a very good home team, so they could very easily lose tomorrow night, win on Thursday, win on Sunday, and be right back tied 2-2. But again, you're putting yourself in a really hard spot if you do that. So much better if you can go out and win tomorrow night, get it back to Boston, tied 1-1. That would be quite good. All right, well, what's coming up here on the channel, guys? Tomorrow night, I am excited to announce that from Channel 13 here locally in Portland, sports broadcaster, sports media director, David Eade, going to be joining us here on the show. We're going to talk all things, Portland, Maine sports scene. We're going to talk a little soccer. We're going to talk a lot of hockey. We're going to talk about some high school sports action and, all the things that Dave covers. A lovely man, great guy to talk to. Cannot wait to have him on the show. So that will be out tomorrow night. Should be out just before the Bruins game. So I'm going to try to have that out before that 7:30 puck drop. So it would be maybe a good little pregame for you guys if you want to check that one out. And then on Thursday, I will have my ECHL playoff series preview for the Maine Mariners and the Adirondack Thunder. That series getting set to start Friday night at the Cross and Shrimps Arena. That will be a 6 p.m. puck drop on both Friday and Saturday night. So looking forward to that one. I will be back in the booth with Mike Keeley for those 2 games. these two teams hate each other. There's just no other way to say it, man. These two teams absolutely hate each other, and it should be a great series. Adirondack, yes, did get probably overall the better of the wins anyway, but the Mariners figured them out later as the season went on, and they're built quite a bit differently than they were early in the year. I think this could be a 6-7 game series, but we will break that all down for you guys on Thursday and get you set for that one. All right, guys. Well, I am going to keep this one a little bit shorter tonight as we got more hockey to watch tonight and plenty of hockey tomorrow, but just want to say thank you so much for checking this out. Hey, if you haven't bought your tickets yet for that Maine Mariners series, go to marinersofmaine.com. Go buy your tickets. And, of course, if you cannot do that, the Mixlr app and Flow Hockey TV to come check out our calls there for those two first home games of the series. Be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching and listening. As always, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. Those like buttons go a long way as well for me. Guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow night. And until then, be kind, show love, and God bless.